Goedendag and welcome to Amsterdam to KickStart 2025, where I'm now joined by Stijn Grove, Chairman of the KickStart Europe Conference, Managing Director for the Dutch Data Center Association and CEO of the Digital Gateway to Europe. Stijn, another one.
another one.
Bites the dust.
Yeah, another one.
This is the 8th edition of KickStart. This is coming to an end. There's about 2 hours to go, and now it's just networking. I mean, how are you feeling? How did the day go? And yesterday, actually, how did the 2 days go?
It went really smooth, and it's unbelievably that 8 years ago we started with not knowing anything at doing a conference, and now we are professional congress people. And but we're very happy about the people coming to the event. So we had I think close to 90% show up, which is really high. 2,200 people. Last night was a real good start with over 1,300 people here enjoying, having a good time, and it was great to see everybody again here in Amsterdam.
Yeah, I mean it's my fourth, so I've been to half of the Kickstarts that you've organized, and you can tell the materialization of not just the audience but the conversations. The conversations have matured compared, especially even to last year. They have matured a lot. When you look at the conversations, so the agenda cycles, I know you're a big fan of bringing an agenda together. What would you say are the most pressing challenges that Europe is facing on the back of everything you've heard today?
Yeah, well, I think there's one real big theme, and that is where can we find the resources to grow? I think that's the number one topic for everyone, and all the other topics are sort of like is helping that main topic. So everybody's talking about where can we find electricity, where can we find land with power, how can we cope with the amount of demands that the AI, that the cloud providers are asking for. But in the same time we are also looking at how can we as Europe provide a counter weight against a European cloud, a European AI. So a lot of challenges, a lot of things that we can only solve by working together and coming together and solve a solution for this.
I mean, you mentioned European cloud. There straight away gets us through conversations around data privacy, policy regulation. All those changes are coming. How would you evaluate the current state of things when it comes to regulation in Europe? Because Europe is quite heavily regulated and there's more coming. How is that affecting the data center space, and actually, especially, how is it affecting the Netherlands as well?
Yeah, well, a good question. I think that regulation is very good in one sense, because I think we need to really regulate AI, and we have to take into account privacy, we have to take into account data. But on the other hand, we're making huge turns, and if you make a turn in terms of the energy transition, the way the economy changes with AI, you need to have space to make the turn, and tough regulation is slowing that down. So in a way we have to be really smart on regulation, regulate the things that need to be regulated, but also loosen the regulation in parts where we really need to catch up. And that's the challenge that we as a young industry have to bring over to Brussels, to our national governments, to really let them understand that this is so important, that digital infrastructure is sort of like the foundation for all the ambitions that we have in Europe, but we need to do the wise things in terms of regulation.
Digital infrastructure is the foundation of all the ambitions that we've got. I like that. Oh. That's the quote. Wearing now your Dutch Data Center Association Managing Director hat, how is the Netherlands positioned to take advantage of all the AI boom? How can the country build a presence in the digital realm of AI? And then, I mean, taking into account that there was some hurdles with Amsterdam, for example, with moratoriums and getting the permits and all that. How is this all going to work for the Netherlands to make this a Dutch powerhouse of AI?
Well, I'm honest, it's still a challenge, but on the way we had an interesting discussion today with the Outlook panel and on Amsterdam market, and it's we were one of the first countries who went into this very tough position with the government, but we believe as an industry that we could be the first one coming out of this situation. But therefore we have to go to a data center hub 2.0. We have to grow in a different way than that we used to grow. So we have to integrate more into the energy system, bringing more value adds, and that's a whole different mind game and change of also policy with the government and interacting with the government. But we're making, I think, the good steps. Of course, the speed of the industry is much faster than the speed of
Just the last
government.
3 weeks has changed everything.
But to be honest, the last month, the word data center, the importance of digital infrastructure hasn't been has been mentioned every day since what's happening in the USA with the new president. It truly emphasizes that we have to catch up, and that data centers are vital for that. So hopefully we will see something going a little bit faster.
Do you think the industry gets a bit scared of being in the eyes of the world? Because what's happened in the last 2-3 weeks with Trump, then DeepSeek, kind of got everyone by surprise. And if we do an analysis on how the industry reacted to it, I don't think there was a crisis management. It wasn't a crisis, but there wasn't a crisis management response to it. So it kind of caught everyone by surprise. Is the industry a little bit unprepared for this?
Well, I think that what do you know and what do we do not know? And I think that DeepSeek is something which is still puzzling me how they grew the model. I think nobody really knows. And in a way, I think if you look at the developments on AI, it will become more difficult. So we will need that power that is sort of like being reserved for AI. We will surely need it because we are in, hardware is an issue. It won't get the the hardware is a problem. So we will rely on older hardware which costs more energy. The models are getting more complex, which needs more energy. So I don't think that it will change the world. And next to the fact that we do not know everything, except that we have to accelerate because it's now a two-horse game.
Yeah, I mean, the $6 million, 100% are not counting with the infrastructure. We just had a panel here at KickStart, and someone actually kind of calculated at least $2 billion plus on the infrastructure side. So the 6 million is probably just for software. I mean, 6 million builds you half a megawatt.
Yeah.
That thing does not run on half a
megawatt. But I think they smartly copied also the model in the US which cost a lot of energy to produce. So if they want to create something new, but it's a little bit of guessing, I think it will take far more energy. And
probably there's a bigger picture to it as well of just coming at the right time to kind of meddle up a little bit with the transition of power in the US.
Exactly.
So there's all that side. But look, in terms of technology, because you're also the chairman, the CEO of the Digital Gateway to Europe.
Yeah.
In terms of technologies, what are the technologies that you're kind of looking up to the most at the moment on where we are with everything in the continent?
Well, I think that it's very interesting looking at purely on the data center side is the integration with the energy grid. So how can we really do smart stuff by not making data centers only base load, so stable energy suppliers, but going to a flexible model where we integrate energy generation with energy storage, with energy use. And that also involves a lot of new planning, spatial planning, energy planning, but the developments on that side, but also looking at AI, you will have models which switch on and switch off. But these models are very big, and therefore, for instance, high capacitors is a new technique which is also very interesting. And there are so many things happening with this big change that there's new techniques are needed for everything that we are going to introduce to the industry.
Okay, and then Stijn, KickStart 2025 is coming to an end. We can hear the clicks of the glasses downstairs of people celebrating another edition.
We should take one too soon.
Who will? That's not a question. KickStart 2026, 9th edition. What is the plan?
3 and 4th of February, same place, same venue, same concept. So a welcome evening on the 3rd and a conference day on the 4th, and lots of parties in between. and we hope to see lots of people again here in Amsterdam. And this is our second year that we have been sold out, which is a challenge sometimes, because you would like to
it's a
accommodate
good problem,
more people, but yeah, sometimes there is a maximum. I can only say for next year, be a little bit earlier in reserving your tickets, but we're really looking forward to it, and we're still happy on how this went this year.
The tickets in the hotel rooms, because they've run out of hotel rooms down the road, so which is a good thing. You bring in an economy with it.
Yeah.
Any plans for the 10th anniversary in 2027? Starting to muddle anything?
Yeah, I think that we are also looking at something new, something. Maybe we are moving to another location within the RAI, within the convention center, but that's still 2 years ago away. But we are considering it already. So this is
the Big Boys Arena. That's a big space. That's
Definitely.
many thousands of square meters.
Yeah.
So
And no, but it needs to be good. So we need to prepare it well. And but we're first enjoy this one, take a rest, and then look at the others.
So when we sit back here on the 4th of February next year in 12 months,
Definitely.
364 days, what's the one thing you would like to have achieved by then?
Well, I think it is, and looking at growth in our sector, there's many things that I want to achieve, but looking at growth in our sector, I would like to have a breakthrough in the Netherlands. So that is where we are really focusing on for the Netherlands. For Europe, is that I think we start really in all the countries in Europe that there's a realization that we cannot do without data centers, and that there is a more positive attitude for data centers, so that we can really get more speed in expanding the industry.
Okay. So Stijn Grove, chairman of the KickStart Europe Conference, thank you so much for talking to me.
Thank
I'll
you.
see you in 12 months' time. Well, I'll see you before that, but I'll see you back in Amsterdam in 12 months' time.
Thank you so much.
As for your home, thank you for watching, and do check our website and social media for the latest digital infrastructure news from across the globe. At the Tech Capital, you lead, we report. Bye for now.